Welcome to the Tribe Talk Show, live from Atlanta. On this show, you get real conversations, inspiring stories, entertainment, information that empowers, real talk. A safe space to learn and grow. Real sisterhood. Let's talk. Let's grow. Let's thrive together. Join the tribe. And now, here are your hosts, Tendai and Grace.
Hello, Tribe, and welcome to a new episode of the Tribe Talk Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the support. How are you doing, Grace?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah.
You look beautiful as
Thank
ever.
you, and you too.
Thank you.
I love the hair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So is the updo.
Thank you.
Yes.
How is summer is coming to an end? The kids are going back to school. How are you feeling about that?
You know what? I'm excited. I could use my me time.
Yeah.
It's been really loud in the house. So I think I'm about ready for them to go back.
And the thing is, you host their friends a lot. Every time I come to your house, they have their friends over.
Yes.
So are you like that cool mom that all their friends want to come and chill at the house?
I try to be, but also I try to keep them at home. I'm more like, okay, you're safe here. I know what is going on. So bring your friends over.
Yeah.
I'm not so much into
I know.
going out to hang out.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I can control the
The
atmosphere.
environment. I think I
Yeah.
was the same too, because I didn't like my children going to do sleepovers. So I preferred them to bring in their
'Cause-
friends so that I can, because there's
Yeah.
so many crazy people out there.
Yeah, you don't know what is going on in each household. So, but I know what is going on in mine.
your
And I
household.
know that I can supervise them well.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And today we actually have a special guest. We have Ijeoma, who is a corporate entrepreneur and life coach.
Yeah.
And she's going to be here talking to us about everything that she does as far as coaching people who want to get into corporate, and an organization called GOTNI. I actually went to the launch last week, so we're going to be discussing that. But today we wanted to talk about the viral video of that man that went to a Coldplay concert and got exposed.
Our kiss cam, right?
The kids can.
That was something else.
I know.
Oh my God, the other city.
I know.
Oh, I could not believe that. How dare you?
I know.
Like you're taking a girlfriend out in public and then you're going to do a PDA.
But you know what?
Wow.
I think those things are so in common. I always tease my friend my colleagues that I work with, that all these older people want to go to the office so they can have affairs. Because if you see, like, a lot of people don't want to go to work from home, because I know that it can be depressing, it can be sad to
Lonely.
work from home, it can be lonely. But that was just something else. And to think both of them are married.
They are both married. And it's so shocking because it looks like everybody around them is aware of their affair
Yeah.
and comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Knowing that they are both married.
Married, exactly.
What is the world turning into? I do know that the workplace romance is very common.
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
new,
A lot of
but
people have-
I'm just surprised at the level they are in the organization for them to be that careless, to be
Yeah.
comfortable displaying public.
They were
affection.
too comfortable with each other,
Yeah.
and everyone else was too comfortable with the situation. And I also think, in my Shona culture, there's a saying that anything that's done in the darkness will always come
See
to
the
light.
lights. Yeah,
So maybe
that was their moment.
It was time for him to be exposed.
Exposed.
It was God revealing the truth.
Maybe the
Because-
wife has been doing some fasting and prayer.
Exactly. She must have been fasting absolute 72
Yeah.
hours. Because, that was just, and the crazy thing is, I also think their reaction said it all. Because if it was just a innocent dance, they could have just kept it,
Yeah.
kept going, or they could have just laughed about it. But their reaction
They were like two
is what
teenagers
made
caught by
everything
their parents.
doing something they're not supposed to. But that
Yeah.
was. How do you think the wife or their husband is feeling though? Because, and also their children, because this was so public. I'm pretty sure if they have
That's
adult
the height
kids
of a
or even-
betrayer.
yeah.
Yeah,
How do you even explain that?
oh man, that's the height of a betrayer, because not only are you finding out this ball in the public eye. I mean, this had like over 6 million views.
66 million.
66.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like the whole world
The
saw
whole world
this.
has seen it.
Yeah, this has to be very hard for both families.
Yeah.
You know, and you
What
know,
would you do if
so-
that was Uncle Glenn up there?
oh, I hope not. But gosh, the lock would have been changed before he even makes it home. Like the whole lock
You
to
could
the
have
house.
explained it. I
I
accidentally.
When I
was
tell
just
you that,
dancing.
he will not even have a home to come back to. Like, you're going to disgrace me publicly like that?
Yeah.
You know, but unfortunately, this is the reality for a lot of people. You know, infidelity, you know, it's just the height that they took it to that
Yeah.
I'm surprised by.
And I'm so surprised. With me, I'm just so surprised sometimes, especially with people in power. You're gonna let one mistake ruin your whole career because
What?
he's a very
They have
top,
time-
he's CEO of a
Yeah, of
company,
a billion-dollar company.
billion-dollar company.
Yeah,
And-
you're just going to lose your integrity over
Over it, because no matter what, there's no coming back from this.
No.
People are not going to respect you.
No.
And I've seen some TikToks of people that have worked for them laughing and saying that, you know, just commenting about his
Yeah.
morality as a person, and this will ruin him.
I think so too. I think so, which is really unfortunate because whatever it is, he has built something really good.
Yeah.
And just allowing you know,
A moment
flames,
of weakness.
to just, you know, drown everything. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I just feel bad from the receiving family, like the wife, his wife, and the other lady's husband. You know, I don't know how they come back from this.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I was saying is also that we don't know what is going on at home. Maybe their marriages are breaking points. Maybe, you know, a lot of people are together just for the sake of being together,
Yes,
for the
yes,
kids and
yes.
all. Maybe the spouses are aware that they
Yeah.
are doing this. Maybe
We
they're
saw it with
we
Will
don't know.
Smith and Jada Pinkett.
uh-huh.
It appears they just live together
exactly
on paper, but everyone
co-parenting,
is
doing their
free
own
to do.
thing.
That's the new.
Because the first thing that I thought of is like, oh, there must be something, because for him to be bold enough, like, you know, you're going to a concert, not just any concert, place concert.
Exactly.
And then you're going to be in the
There's
public
cameras.
eye, and you're so comfortable displaying affection publicly like that. I hope I'm right. I hope that the
Yeah.
home is already not homey anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really sad, and like I said, it's always bad because a lot of people have lost what they have because of a simple mistake, not being able to control yourself. And this is not just for the men; the woman was also involved. So, ladies, let's do better. Let's not have these work husbands. You're supposed to just have one husband.
Yeah, and you know, the society is so unforgiving. I mean, you can't even imagine how many memes have been created, all kind of videos flying around.
Oh,
it's
I
so
know.
funny, but it's also not funny because
Exactly, especially
you know,
for the children. If
yeah,
there are children involved,
yeah.
that would be very sad.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that is their reality.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, coming up, we're going to have Ijeoma Orji, who is a corporate entrepreneur, and she's here to discuss everything about the corporate world in America, and also just giving us some tips, as well as speak on GOTNI, which is a new organization that was recently launched in Atlanta. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, Tribe. We're joined by our beautiful Miss Ijeoma Orji, a life coach, an entrepreneur, and a U.S. representative of GOTNI Leadership International. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're so beautiful. We're so
know,
glad to
right?
have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think to start, if you can just tell us, our viewers, about yourself and the work that you do.
Okay. Yes, so I have labeled and branded myself now as the corporate entrepreneur
I love that.
and strategist. And so I have been scaling in the corporate industry as well, climbing the ladder. Now, you know, being outnumbered, mostly it's men, you know. And so in addition to that, I have also scaled as an entrepreneur. And so the corporate entrepreneur is where I'm at today.
I love that.
And I have navigated in many different fields, like you said, life coach.
Yes.
So anything to help develop people and to be someone better is where I am. So
Yeah.
And you already. Oh, I was gonna ask. Are you from Nigeria or? Tell our viewers where you're
So
from.
I'm first
originally.
generation Nigerian American. So
Okay.
born and raised here, but you are your father's land. So yes, I'm always a Nigerian babe.
I had to ask
Yes.
because you don't sound like me. You sound American, so wanted to be
Yes.
sure.
Well, we sound the same in our DNA.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
But-
one thing I love about you, because you see that a lot of children that are born here, a lot of them are trying to disassociate themselves with their parents, with where they originally come from. And I really admire that you have embraced who you are, and
Yes.
you are not, you don't play about who you are.
I don't joke about it
That's
at
really
all.
good.
That's
yeah.
good.
At
We're
all.
proud of you.
Yeah, I can't joke about knowing where you came from is your identity.
Yes.
And so for me, I believe that I am someone that has the best of both worlds. So being a Nigerian American, I have the aspect of being here, but also understanding the cultural dynamics. And many times I've realized as an adult, the Nigerian culture is something you can't run away from. It gives you structure, it gives you foundation. And
Discipline.
so yes, discipline. There we go. Yeah, so maybe the corporate entrepreneur came from discipline. That's what it is. So.
Yes.
That's
And I
good.
have worked with this lady. We worked together in one of they call it the
Big Four.
the big four, one of the biggest auditing Fortune 500 company in the world. And what she's saying, that she's a corporate entrepreneur, she's not joking about it, because within just us maybe going through training together, you had to know her name. You had to know about Ijeoma. She's very passionate, and she puts 100% in every. Some of us, we're just going to work for the paycheck. We're just going to work, and as soon as we can, we're ready to leave. Not her.
No,
They
no.
were. I think they used to give awards. And
Yes.
every week,
Every
it would
week,
be
my
her.
name was there. Yes, I have.
Wow.
Because the thing is, I try to live a life too that will be on my obituary.
Oh.
And so I take life very serious because I struggled with depression and suicidal thoughts as a young adolescent. And so, when you come to the light side of trying to take your own life,
You make everything count.
everything counts because I could have not been here.
Yes.
And so, I just show up proving a point that let me leave here with the impact. So that's just kind of how I
good.
do it. Yeah.
Now, as a businesswoman, how has your experience as being in a corporate help shape your entrepreneurship?
It has helped tremendously. One, because I have to learn how to deal with people. I also get to see pride from people in leadership roles. So it also helps me to learn how to treat people. And I see people quit jobs. People don't quit companies. They actually quit their managers. They quit their
Yes.
leaderships. So I have learned to really honor people and value them no matter where they are. But also it teaches me the operational side of business and that everything is really chess, not checkers. So, yes.
And what advice do you have for those, especially because our show is targeted for women in the diaspora? A lot of people are coming from non-corporate worlds where they are just, if you look at Zimbabwe, there's no functioning industry. It's just going to, but that's a story for another day.
Yes.
What advice do you have for people that are getting into corporate so that they can climb those ladders? Because you do it so easily.
Yes. The biggest thing I would say has to be is confidence. You, even if you don't have the educational background and you don't have the experience, your confidence could sell a broken down car. And when you have that confidence, you can really go anywhere.
Yeah.
One, just know a little bit about what you want to talk about. And the other aspects, you'll learn it as you go.
Yes.
So
That's powerful.
the confidence can carry you a mile away.
I totally agree.
So, are there any myths of starting a business that you would like to debunk? I mean,
Yes.
from experience, what's preventing people from?
I would say start with what you have. Many times I see people like to go with the very big picture And many times that's how you lose money.
Hmm.
If you start with what you just have, scale and learn those things, then you can go to the next level. You know, sometimes I always tell people, they say they want to have a website with all of their products and services. I'm like, you haven't even tested your products, but you're spending money on a website. Why not just have a landing page? Start with what, not even a landing, just begin
Social media.
social somewhere where you're not losing any money that you don't have
And that
yet.
has happened to me several times. Wanted to start a new business, but I want it to be perfect right from day one. This is
Yeah, so yeah, just start with what you have and then build relationships. Even without a website, your relationships with people will speak volume for you, where a website would not.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Sometimes these websites, we just create them. No one even visits them. They are just there. And you've spent like $1,000 on it.
$1,000 plus.
Another question that I wanted to ask you, as someone, I think with me, one of the things that has held me back was I started business before in the past, and I now have that, and it failed. And I now have developed like a fear of failure.
Yeah.
You know, when you've started something and you failed and you have to humble yourself back to go to back to looking for work.
Yes.
What advice do you have for people? Because that's like a limiting belief that I've had
Yes.
to overcome, to say, let me just do it again. What advice do you have for people that have fear of fear, that
Starting it
fear
again.
of failure? Yeah.
Yes, I would have to tell them to look at where you are now. Look at what you're doing now. And a lot of times we grieve from our past. We grieve what we used to look like. We grieve about old friends. We grieve about previous jobs. When we don't never say it's grieving, but it is. When we think about what we used to be like and how we used to do things. So I would tell someone, focus on what you're doing now. And the fact that you're doing what you're doing now gives you the encouragement to know I can still do what I did before. It may not look the same way, but you're still going to try it again.
Try again.
Yes.
And you do have coaching sessions that you offer, and I know you don't offer personal ones.
Yes.
Do you mind just explaining the coaching session that you're offering and what services you offer for people?
Yeah, so now I do them in group settings, just because, and I tailor it down to a niche. And so many times I travel domestically, go into different various organizations. Most of them are in churches or leadership centers for women. But now I kind of ask those that are bringing me on, what is it for the need for the women that I'm coming to come see? So that way I can make sure that I have tailored what I'm going to speak to them about while I'm there. Because one thing is, it's one thing to show up just to be on a platform, but if you didn't make any impact, you just wasted everyone's time.
That's true.
And so I tailor it to them according to
them.
what they need. Like whether I'm providing documents or even tools so that they can have it for whatever they're dealing with at that time.
That's good.
So big, large settings is what I prefer. Yes.
That's good. So we're going to dive into the vision for GOTNI when we
Okay.
come back from break. We'll be right back.
Hi guys, we're back and we still have the beautiful Miss Orji here. And she was just telling us about the life coaching that she does. I wanted to find out, apart from life coaching, what do you do for people that are trying to get into business?
Yes, so I consider myself a strategist. And so I have been able to have, well, let me just say this, God has given me the gift to have vision. So it doesn't matter if I've never experienced what you do. If you tell me what you do as an entrepreneur, I'm going to help you scale it. And so I have been fortunate enough that with whatever I speak, it helps someone benefit one way or another. And so majority of the time I talk to people to know, what is it that you want to do with your business?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? What do you have right now? And so I help them strategize a business plan that allows their business to scale in many different ventures, which is even what I did for a nonprofit that is founded in Nigeria. So
And that's what we're going to dive into. Tell us more about GOTNI. What do they do? What does it stand for?
yes, so GOTNI is Guardians of the Nation International. And so they are a leadership center but they also have a nonprofit side, and they're based in Abuja, Nigeria. And so I have scaled the nonprofit aspect here to the US.
Okay.
And so we are membership based, but we tailor leadership development from the ages of 5 all the way up to 35 years old.
Oh, okay.
And so it is strictly tailored individually according to age to help them learn how to be better leaders. So many times people think that leadership is just on a platform with a microphone, but leadership actually starts young. When you're a sibling, when you're a teacher helper, when you're the line leader at school, that's when you actually start being a leader.
So we need to start enrolling the kids now.
The kids need to be enrolled, but as an adult, we have tailored programs that will allow them to learn how to speak better. Just prime example being on TV, speak better. How do you speak in boardrooms? How do you speak with your colleagues? How do you speak even when you go in the grocery store? And so everything is leadership. Relationships are leaders. We're sitting here being leaders today.
Yeah.
You guys are speaking to the world. And so we're all leaders in our own individual way. And so GOTNI stands on helping to develop better leadership here in the US, but also scaling back to the continent of Africa.
And how do people join? Is there a membership to join? How do people, if people want to be involved with this organization, how do they join?
Yes, so our membership is actually going to launch late 2026, being that it's a new development. We just had a stakeholders dinner where we were proclamated by the city of Atlanta to be declared GOTNI Day, July the 12th.
Oh,
So officially,
congratulations.
yes.
That's
And
big.
so a great congratulations to GOTNI as a whole.
And you,
So
and you,
and
because
myself,
you
Yes.
did
and
so
myself,
well,
I
yeah.
did the work. Yes. So I'm very, very grateful for the city of Atlanta, Mayor Andre and Councilman Bond. They have been very supportive with GOTNI and supporting the African diaspora. But we will launch memberships late 2026 because we're in the new development phase. And so right now we're building our governing body. And so right now quarterly we'll have meetings until we launch officially.
And
Yes.
you did such a wonderful job. I went to
Thank
the,
you.
thank you for inviting me to
Yes.
the launch. You did such a wonderful job with that event. It
Thank
was
you
just,
so much.
everything was 10 out of 10. I'm
Yes,
so proud of you.
thank you. I'm very
Yeah.
grateful. Yeah, Hilton Atlanta, they did a great job, but you know, I did my thing, maybe.
Yeah, of course you did. And you
Yes.
do all this as a mother of 3.
Yes.
Where do you
How
get
do
the
you
time?
juggle it?
How do you juggle it? Because that's most people.
Especially having to
Full-time
do
job.
international as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
full-time job, mother of 3, a lot of entrepreneurial businesses. Where do you get the time? And what advice do you have for women that want to take that leap of faith?
Yes, I would have to say time management. If you're poor with your time, you really cannot be successful. Like your time is very valuable. And so if it's not on my calendar, I don't even look at it. And so whether it's a phone call, I have to schedule calls even with some of my friends, but they respect where I am and they understand my plate. And so I would have to say it's time management. I even working in a 9 to 5, I take full advantage of my lunch breaks. I'm not joking. I'm doing webinars, I'm doing Zoom calls. When I get off, I'm already dressed to even go to a meeting. Or whether I am going to a meeting than going to the office. But it's really time management is how I'm able to really manage everything in the grace of God, because
Man,
I will be worn out.
I was going to ask, like, for any of our tribe watching, and they are right now currently have 9 to 5 job,
Yes.
I wanted to have the hope and ambition of becoming an entrepreneur. Like,
Yes,
And,
and
you know,
use your
they can-
PTO.
Uh-huh.
People are scared to. Why
Yeah.
are you scared to use your They gave you personal time off. Use the time. You know, I know people say, well, they may fire me and this, but it's still your time.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you communicate and you have it off, take it off.
and taking
Because me,
that
I'm
leap
taking
of
it off.
faith.
Yeah.
Taking that leap of
And
faith
how-
and not
Yes.
be afraid.
Yeah, and how easy is it to set up like businesses? Because a lot of people are always scared when it comes to setting up businesses. People are scared of how the taxes, you hear that, you need to file taxes. For people that haven't done it, it's always like so daunting to even begin the process. In your
Yes.
opinion, how easy is it here to set up businesses?
For me, I have seen it to be very easy. I mean, mostly it's just filing with the Secretary of State, and of course, getting your EIN, opening up your business account. But I do have financial advisors, and then I do also have those that I speak to that help me with my taxes. But most of the time, you don't make anything, so people are stressing about taxes when you haven't even made
Made
substantial
any money.
Yes, most of it we're using our own capital, you know, to even scale our businesses. So I would say, you know, don't think so deep on the tax aspect, but don't avoid it. But, you know, that's something conversations you can have with people, you know.
Yeah.
And when the money really comes in, you definitely know you're going to need a tax.
Of course.
You're going to
yeah.
need someone
when you,
to
when you get into the millions.
Yes, yes. Even the ones below, you need it. But I'm just saying that to say, I know people have this fear of taxes and
Yeah.
fraud is going to happen. But honestly, I get tell people, give yourself grace in any business that you do. You're going to have some things you fail at. You're going to have some mishaps. You're not going to always get it right. So learn to just recover with your mishaps, but don't allow it to be the all aspect judge, of,
exactly.
of who you are as a
Of
business
who you are.
person.
And
Yes.
there's something that you touched on at the gala, at the launch, where you
Yes.
spoke about the importance of networking. How important is that, do you think?
Listen, I need you guys to really hear what I'm telling you. Networking is so crucial. It's actually very vital. You cannot do anything alone. You see two beautiful women sitting here. There's
Power of
two,
networking.
not one. But we are better together.
Exactly.
And you can't do anything alone. And know that networking, they'll even be your best cheerleaders. So they'll speak for you with your character, even when you can't. And so networking is how I'm even sitting here with you
Yeah.
guys today.
I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of people are afraid of the lack of confidence, you know, will be like, oh, I don't want to show my vulnerability.
Yes.
I don't. Part of networking is strengthening each other.
It is. And
Yeah.
competition is not a thing.
Exactly.
Everyone has their strong areas. You're stronger in some areas that's in diet.
Exactly.
Yes.
Learn where you have your strengths and
Yeah.
and your weaknesses.
Yes.
Competition doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
The grocery store has 20 bread
Yeah.
companies on one
And
shelf.
The
Yeah.
same,
And
the
they all
same
sell
thing.
out.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you want to leave the people with, and what, if anyone wants advice from you, how can you be reached?
Yeah, so what I want to leave them with is do better in everything that you do. Live how you want it to show on your obituary. And I can be found on all social media platforms as the Ijeoma Orji or theijeomaorji.com. All my social media handles are there as well. So
Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank
ladies, if you planning to start that business, if you planning, instead, I know we have a lot of branches, but instead of just having a branch where you're just talking about nothing, invite her. I think I saw you at one event where you were talking and it was a birthday dinner.
Yes.
Bring value to these gatherings that we always do. Bring a coach that's gonna, help you to become
Yes.
better. But we just want to say thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Appreciate
And
it.
that's all we have time for today. So we hope you join us again, same time next week. Thank you so much for all the support, and we'll see you then.